I probably should have before I bought this computer, but uh, I was trying to build my own computer for a few days on one of those websites where you do like the part picker, and I ended up with like this $2,000 computer, and I was like, okay, maybe I should just go for one of these bundled online retailer deals where then I will at least see kind of how they're putting it together, and I will be making certain sacrifices to this $2,000 system that I kind of put together, but in the end, maybe it will be what I need for like $600 less at least. I definitely broke 4 digits on this computer though.
That's okay. I spent 2,000 on mine. It's a lot, but I don't play consoles, so I thought I'd be okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a PS4 yet, and so my logic was, okay, am I actually going to get a PS4? Because I have a PS3, I have, but I like the Rock Band. I bought my PS3 basically for Rock Band, and then I spent about $1,000 on downloadable content for Rock Band because I was playing that game every single week for about 3, maybe 4 years.
Scour you all from my world.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I was hugely into Rock Band when that came out, and that basically was my experience with my PS3. And but the kind of rhythm games are coming back in, but I kind of I'm not sure I'm gonna get back as much into Rock Band as I was when it kind of first came out. And so now I'm like, well, if I'm not getting Rock Band, which basically was the vast majority of my PS3 experience, am I going to bother to get a PS4? And so far the answer has been like, well, no, because almost everything that's come out that I want on PS4 is also on console.
They got Zerglings and Marauders.
Yeah, they're getting units, or we're not in Fortress mode, are we?
No, and we have very lower income, so
Yep, well, in this, I prefer to just kind of get I'm not committing to a race quite yet, but I do think we should get a few Zealots, a few Whirls, and then get a few, like one Centurion, and then like 5 or 6 Sentinels, and that's kind of just a good baseline for ground. Basically, I like to get like about 5 Zealots, then about 5 Rurals, then get the Zealot upgrade, and then get 5 Sentinels and like 1 Centurion.
I just bought the Centurion.
Alright. Good. Because we already have the Zealots, and I'm working on the Whirls.
One Sentinel. Get Immortals against the Marauders.
Yep, we just gotta have enough Whirlies that we're gonna clean up the Zerglings fast enough.
Note here.
I'm gonna grab the Zealot upgrade.
Note here.
Yeah, we might actually lose this tower. That's fine though.
Say again.
Oh, whoops. I never turned off Zealot. Heck. I was wondering why we had so many Zealots. I'm like, huh, I guess someone else is still getting them. Nope, it was me.
How do you decide what race you're gonna go into?
Well, usually it ends up being Protoss, and
We should
a lot of
waited
games.
here and got forward zone actually.
Yeah, actually, Warzone would be a strong response here. Of course, I mean they don't have any anti-air either, so it's like you could go Jackson, you could go Mohander, you could go Warzone.
How much income would you need to pick one of those up? Like
I usually
100?
like to get at least about 100 before I commit to even a cheese. Even what I might think of as like a quasi cheese, I still want to have enough income that I'm going to be able to get out of it if it goes wrong. So they're going this roach stuff, and so I'm like, it actually might not be a bad idea to get a Jackson, and then I could get some Devil Dogs in a little bit.
Jackson, yeah, let's try Jackson again. Worked so well last game. I mean,
No, we need
No, it is too long. It takes too long.
we need at least 100 income, right?
With Jackson, you do get 5 minerals from it, so that it's not as bad as it used to be. Where in the previous version in Heroes of the Storm, it gave 0 income, and so it's definitely not good income returns, but it's not as much of a dump as it used to be.
Strictly business.
Oh, hit. But if we're expecting the Jackson to pick up at least the Perdition turret, then it's not so bad of an investment.
I'll try to get 100 income and then I'll get the upgrade,
Okay.
the Merc upgrade. Oh, nice! They missed everything.
Yeah, it can be like Raynor says he's an it says like medium or something, but I think he's a harder hero to use well than some of the others, just because you actually have to hit things.
I kind of like the idea of Nova just because I like things that scale.
Oh yeah, because she can grab the enemy units.
Yeah, and like
Oh, you're talking about the
sure.
commander. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the hero. The hero I find to be a very questionable investment. I don't get her. A lot of people like her a lot, but I feel like for her cost, she just doesn't do enough.
I remember you used to be able to target your base and make them stack.
Yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
could-
Sun wants to leave like enough micro ability that every now and then you can control like a hero or something and do a little bit with it, but he doesn't want you to stack them. Like he he has said it is not intended gameplay for you to be stacking heroes
I got Jackson.
yeah. All right.
Alright, I'll have Merc upgrade soon.
Okay.
What is Silver Core? Is that just a skin for the
Yep.
mo
Mothership core. It's this. You can see the skins over here. There's the Prodigy core and the Silver core, and I like the. I mean, it's kind of cool that the Prodigy core actually has a blue shadow, but I find it kind of weird looking as well. And I think
Yeah.
it lags a little bit, so I tend to get the Silver core because it has less system impact. At least.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the droid from Star Wars. The new one.
Yep.
Not sure how I feel about it yet.
Some of the skins I obviously don't like as much as others. Like, I almost never get ogres because I just prefer to get the look of the normal Thor. So it's kind of funny just seeing this big green Hulk approaching your army.
No here.
Now, stacking because they have no anti-air is not the same thing as, like, flying Jacksons behind your base and waiting until you have 10 to go attack. So, like, unintentional stacking like this is supposed to be a mechanic of the game, I think. Because they just have a weird, kind of bad wave. Like, they have no anti-air, and so they are susceptible to exactly what we're doing right now. In fact, yeah, I gotta get off Silvercurk, because, when they stack like this, it's even better to get the upgrade at this point. I'm gonna try to get the HP up, if one of you wants to grab
I'm gonna get it.
Okay, I'll get a weapon up then.
Okay. I mean, after that we could probably get income A.
That was kind of a cool fight, fighting the ultimate of Raynor, I think it was. No, maybe it was Zeratul, or one or the other. Actually, I think that was Raynor plus Zeratul, both using abilities.
Is it okay if I, like, make the things stack by targeting the units? Instead of just having
Yeah, I mean,
them
if
fly
there's
into
units attack, like, behind them, I think that's pretty fair. I don't think that's cheese, technically. Oh, they got a Tempest. Alright.
You get one Raven and it counters the Tempest.
Yep.
I think those 5 Jacksons can actually kill the base.
That's a pretty good chance. I mean, that's the problem with them going just pure ground for so long. Like, for early game aggression, this is one reason that I think Stalker is just a little bit more reliable than pure Marauder. Even though Marauders will win against Stalker, right? But if they get, you know, Jackson, then suddenly you have a big problem that you have to respond to very quickly. And by the way, never get mutas. Ever. What am I getting? I'm floating 1,000 minerals. I probably shouldn't be doing that, but...
Yeah, me too.
I guess I'll just...
Should we just get Verazans and try to win?
No, I'll just get another Jackson. We already have the upgrades for the Jackson. And then more Silver Car.
No here.
More income.
Yeah. This is a little bit over-aggressive of me, probably, to be so low on income. But we're not really that much lower than them, so... Plus, I feel like we're about to win.
Cold embrace of death.
None of you got that hero. What is that? Is that Mar? I think that might be Mar. I sometimes forget the audio cues.
No here.
1,500 HP. Wave might kill it. There is 4 Jacksons.
Yeah, we have to see what hero they got here. Oh. What? Maybe that was
They
just
went
a...
Queens.
That was
They
just a
went
commander
Queens.
ability, I guess. I thought I heard the sound of them getting a hero, but that must have been a commander.
There is his farmhouse.
Yep, they're GGing themselves. Like, when they do allied chat GG, where they're just accepting that they lost, then you can still hear it. Jackson's a pretty good unit in the early game. If they don't know, I mean, the response is Corruptor. You don't want to get mutas there. They should have gone Corruptor. That would have kept them up a lot longer. I'm not sure if they actually could have come back because they had so overinvested in anti-ground. But yeah, mutas was not correct. And generally, mutas are never correct. They are only sometimes possible if you already have Alexi and there's very little air. But even then, like with Alexi and with Dahaka, like you need both. to make mutas work. It's like after you're kind of in a weird mid game unit, you don't get them in response to like